Hi everyone, my name is Kemafrik. You're welcome to Kemafrik Fashion. So today we'll be learning how to draft a basic bodice block. This piece is very versatile and interestingly you can convert it to any other thing. I mean you can trace your pattern to create jackets, to create blouses and etc. Let's get to the working table. Here are some of the tools we'll be using in this tutorial. We have a pattern paper, a ruler, curve, scissors, the tracing wheel and the tape. So I've put my pattern paper on fold so I can get that midline to guide me, and I'll just take my ruler and draw across. I'll be drafting both the front and the back pattern. So that's my center front CF and the center back CB. So for the purpose of this tutorial, we'll be making use of this measurement: the shoulder, bust circumference, under bust, front half length and back half length. So you can go ahead and take yours as we draft along. So first I'll be creating a startup line. This will be a guide sort of, so I can start taking my measurement from this particular line, and I'll mark out my shoulder at the front, which in this case is 15 inches divided by 2, 7.5 inch, and my neckline, front neckline of 3 inches by 3 inches. Then I'll mark out my zipper allowance on my back piece just at my center back, and I'll mark out my back neckline, which is 3 inches by 1 inch as shown. I'm also marking out my shoulder line of 7.5 inch and connecting the necklines. So because our shoulder isn't usually straight, it's slightly slanty, so we'll be creating a shoulder slope at the point we marked for the shoulder. So we'll drop our shoulder by 1 inch and connect it back to the neckline. So from this drop I'll be marking out my chest line, which can be calculated as the bust circumference divided by 6 plus 1.5 inches. The other method you can use to estimate the position of the chest line, but this works just perfectly. So I'm creating my armhole by connecting my shoulder drop to my chest line just at the point I took my chest line, and I'll be doing the same for the back piece as well. So we have successfully created, we've successfully connected our chest line and created our armhole. So I'm just marking out the half length. So the back half length, we're taking 15 inches and the front half length of 17 inches. Because of the protrusion of the bust, the back and the front piece are usually about 1 to 3 inches different in most individuals. So I've marked the position of my waistline, which I did by marking my half line. So at the midpoint of the armhole, I came in by half an inch to create the front armhole, and then I connected my armhole at the back as well. So there I'm just marking my bust point to create the bust line. I went ahead to lay my chest line, and now I'll be doing same for the bust line. So our bust line will guide me in creating our dart. I'm dividing the bust pan into two on the bust line and the waistline. This is the position to guide me in creating my dart. So I'm connecting the points I just marked and taking 1/2 inch on both sides of the line. So 1 inch below my bust line, I'm connecting my dart legs to the waistline. I'll also go ahead and do same for the back piece. Note that I'm taking my measurement for the back piece after the zipper allowance. So I've extended my back dart up to the chest line. This is allowed to create a great fitting on the back of your pattern. So now I'm taking my bust circumference, because we have paper on fold, or it should be on fold if you're working on fabric. So I'm taking all my dimensions and dividing them by 4. But on the waistline, I added 1 inch extra to make up for the dart allowance, for the 1 inch I took out for the dart. So I've connected my chest line to my bust line, and I'm marking out the difference between my front and back half length, and I came down 2 inches below the bust line to create the bust dart. So I'm just connecting the waistline to the chest line on the back piece as well. So the bust dart will help even out the length along the sides of our front and back pattern. When you're taking that extra 1 inch, 2 inch rather, it becomes the same as what you used for the back half length. So I'm adding my allowances, 1/2 inch on the neckline, shoulder, armhole, and towards the waistline. But then I added 1 inch on at the sides of my paper. So I have gone ahead to trace out all my allowances, both for the front and the back piece, and I'm extending the dart leg. I'm extending the dart line by 1 inch and the dart legs by 1/2 inch and connecting it like so. This will guide us in notching our dart position when you place on fabric. So I'm cutting out my paper. I'm cutting out both the main piece with the allowances, both on the side, the armhole, neckline, the shoulder, and at the waistline as well. At this point, I realized I didn't create an extension for the bust dart. This may cause a deficit when working on fabric, so I just joined an extra paper so I can extend the dart line into the allowance like so and connect it back to the chest line. Finally, we are here and we have successfully created our half-scale basic bodice block with bust dart, and we have added allowances all through. If you need any of the pattern tools used in this tutorial, please click on the link in the description box. Thank you very much for watching today's video. We would love you to stick around with us, so please subscribe to our channel. We also like to hear feedbacks from you, so drop a comment, and don't forget to like this video. If you'd like to see more of this, please stick around with us. Also share with your friends and family. If you need any of the tools used in drafting to this pattern, your pattern curves, rulers, tracing wheel, I've created a link in the description box where you can get those tools. So thank you very much. See you in our next video.